Welcome to researchLAB's explaining how to use some of our technical screening tools. In this webinar, we're going to look at the second tool called Multipoint Analysis. That's going to the subtab for technical events from the home page, and then clicking on the Multipoint Analysis tool, the second blue tab. This is to custom find chart setups that might be of interest to you. It allows a wide array of criteria to be selected and if you want to find a stock with certain parameters, you start off by looking at the different criteria that are available. For example, you want to find stocks that close at least at 10. Last is going to be the last closing price. So then you're going to just choose last, and then you say $10, for example. This will be at least $10 or more. Well, more. Now you can sort these results by clicking on the tops of the columns, and this will select them in ascending and descending order. In this case, you can see the ones that are up the most and down the most over the last month. In this case, a 20 period. And use a 1 week, a 2 week, a 3 month, and a year-to-date basis. It allows you to find a lot of very interesting setups. So whenever you enter criteria, you can simply remove them by unchecking the box. What it allows you to define specific kinds of charts. Say you find a stock that's trending higher. One way to identify that is saying, show me a stock where the 50-day moving average is greater than the 100-day moving average. In this case, you're going to select 50-day moving average on the left, and on the right, 100 DMA, which is the abbreviation for 100 moving average. This tool makes use of some abbreviations. One of the ways to see that is simply to click on the help screen here, and all nomenclature is explained down. It explains how exactly you enter things. There's a few different things to know, and it's all explained in the help. So now stocks whose 50-day moving average is above their 100-day moving average. Now, bullish, but there's also times when it might be bearish, and you might find unusual situations where the 50-day moving average is falling, or one of these two are falling, especially if the stock has been moving up and down a lot. So what you can do is you can say you want to identify companies that, for example, the moving average is rising. So what we can then do is we can say we go to them, and we have a new tool which is called the streak. You want a 50-day moving average. That means how long has it been rising? The 50-day moving average streak at the bottom of the drop-down menu, and then you're going to put in, for example, the number 20. That means 50-day moving average has been rising for at least 50 days. The only B is that the stock is trending higher. That way, a lot of stocks where it might be chopping up and down, or where the 50-day moving average is falling, which would not be bullish. Stocks here, and as we do it, now we have stocks where the 50-day moving average is above the 100-day moving average, and the day moving average has been rising for at least 20 days. Now, this group, we can simply sort it, and now stocks during that period are up the most in the last 2 weeks, or down most. Some of these would basically look like stocks that are trending higher, but have had pullbacks. A lot of other ways you can use this tool. You can all these things and use it to find bearish setups. So go through and look for things like average stock volume. But if you actually enter these values, they have to be entered as actual numbers. So find, for example, average volume. Those are often in the millions. So if you want to find on this list of these, the ones that only trade 1 million shares a day, you would the number 1, and then 6, and then this to trade less than 1 million a day. You can do the same thing for 10 million shares a day. You do the same thing for market cap. Bear in mind that you have to put in the actual number. The thing about criteria, you can then remove them, and it will keep the criteria and show the matching stocks that match the shortened list. You can add criteria as you want, and then take them away if you've added them. You can also, this streak here simply shows the price streak, which of these are rising or falling for consecutive days. So these stocks have all been rising for 5 straight days. Straight days, or for 4 straight days, Number, it means that the number of days that the stock has been falling, and when it's negative, it means the number of days the stock has been rising. This is several preset searches. So for example, if you want to look at stocks trending up but have had a quick pullback, you put a link, and in this case there's only one matching today. If you want to look at stocks that have been in a bullish trend but have been consolidating and are now potentially going to continue higher, you can click on bullish continuation. If you want to look at stocks that have been churning around and are potential market neutral trades to sell strangles or straddles, you can look for potential range bound. You will notice all list the criteria here, and you can then remove certain criteria and add more of your own. This is the ability to find very precise things that might interest you. So as you, it has a lot of functionality and offers you a lot of